Why would anyone think theology and popular culture had anything to do with one another? Well, to answer that question, we need to back up a step and talk about a couple of definitions. Theology, quite simply, is the study of God. In this context, we're talking about the God of the Christian faith. That's a pretty simple definition. However, the definition of popular culture can be a little more elusive. Popular culture was traditionally conceived of in two very distinct ways. Either as structuralism, something that was imposed upon society by corporations, you know, the man telling us what's popular, or as agency, something that grows organically within a community. Yes, power to society telling us what's popular. Around the 1990s, popular culture came to embody both of these definitions, and since that time has been designed to purposely not conform to either definition. This nonconformity of recent popular culture can be partially attributed to the rise of postmodernism. Granted, postmodernism is a bit of a buzzword at the moment, and it does take a lot of blame for the current state of affairs, but in reality, that's pretty fitting. Postmodernism, by definition, is very difficult to pin down to a single definition. It is the questioning of theory, the challenge to the reason of the Enlightenment period. It's a dab of Nietzschean philosophy, with a bit of Marxist socio-politics and culture drizzled over the top. It's self-conscious, rule-breaking, and an attempt at pushing all boundaries. And all of these definitions are to the benefit and detriment of postmodernism. That being said, postmodernism isn't the point of our discussion, so back to theology and popular culture. Are they supposed to interact? Theology is designed to tackle questions concerning meaning and value in life. The only way it can do this is if it interacts with common channels of communication, including popular culture. And what better form of popular culture to interact with than that which is beamed directly into our households live, sits on our DVD shelves, and begs us through our computing devices to watch just one more episode? Yes, television can play nicely with theology. So what exactly are we looking for when we watch TV? Well, we could be looking for a variety of things. We could look at how the program deals with the question of good and evil, whether it deals with any issues of ethics, or if in fact it mentions the existence of a divine being. But for our purposes, we're going to look at a Christ figure in a television program. Since you're all wondering what a Christ figure is, I'd better explain. A Christ figure acts like a parable of Jesus, the shadow of a man who walked over 2,000 years ago. These characters can occur in literature, film, or television, and exhibit a number of significant symbols that are either implicit or explicit that identify the character as a redeemer. Christ figures are not the same as Jesus films. They're not meant to tell the story of Jesus. They're just meant to act like Jesus in their own context. That means that this guy, and this guy don't qualify as Christ figures. They're Jesus films, and that's a different kettle of fish. So now we know how theology and popular culture interact. We know we'll be looking at a Christ figure. We know we'll be examining a TV show. But exactly which TV show, we don't yet know. And the winner is Community. The NBC Yahoo Screen sitcom Community sets the perfect stage for theological investigation. It has a story arc 6 seasons long, which is plenty of time to get to know the main characters. It uses a familiar format, but it also parodies particular tropes of this format and is very self-conscious. The creator, Dan Harmon, even uses the characters as his own mouthpiece from time to time.
You watch bad movies on purpose?
Yeah, we make fun of them.
Surely don't embarrass yourself. I'm sure they don't want to invite the housewife.
Actually, if she doesn't mind reinforcing the stereotype, I bet Shirley would have fun talking smack in a movie. Care to join us?
Background.
A satisfying sequel is difficult to pull off. Many geniuses have defeated themselves through hubris, making this a chance to prove that I'm better than all of them. I'm in!
What's the matter, guys? Can't wait until Greendale's corpse is cold before you put it on a 6-inch white bun?
Young lady, that's not fair. Subway doesn't call its bread buns, and we don't serve white. We serve Italian, honey oat, 9-grain wheat.
Great, thanks for making my joke accurate. Now it's hilarious.
The storylines are steeped in symbolism and high concept. Sometimes the symbolism and concepts run so deep the storyline can be clouded. But we can save the proverbial baby despite the disposal of the bathwater. For a full analysis of whether Community is a postmodern masterpiece, check out the Idea Channel link video in the description. For anyone who knows and loves Community, you'll know there's one character that rises head and shoulders above the rest as a Christ figure, and that's Abed. And not only because he literally embodies a Christ figure in one episode. I chose Abed because, well, Jeff says it best.
Abed's a shaman. You ask him to pass the salt, he gives you a bowl of soup. Because you know what? Soup is better. Abed is better.
Yes, Abed is better. He's Middle Eastern, like Jesus. He gathers a group of people together to journey through a number of years, like Jesus. He uses familiar stories to make his point, like Jesus. He likes to help people, he tells the truth when it's difficult, and he has an intense ability to see people as they really are, rather than who they attempt to try and be, just like Jesus. Even with all these similarities, we can be sure we aren't watching a Jesus film because A, this is a TV show, B, it doesn't tell the story of Jesus, and C, there are considerable differences between Abed and Jesus. Abed can be selfish, sometimes he's painfully naive, and he was raised a Muslim. That's definitely not like Jesus. So tune into my following videos, where I'll take a more in-depth look at how Abed functions as a Christ figure.